Metso Minerals supplied a complete sand and gravel processing plant to Orca Sand and Gravel Limited, a subsidiary of Polaris Minerals Corporation, for their new quarry located near Port McNeill on northern Vancouver Island, British Columbia, Canada, that has been in operation since February of 2007. Polaris selected Metso because of Metso's unique capability to supply and automate their state-of-the-art crushing and screening equipment, along with other vendors' equipment, to produce high-quality aggregate and the expertise to manage the engineering, purchasing, installation, and commissioning of the complete process plant quickly and efficiently. The plant operates at an average throughput of 1,200 metric tons per hour, producing 4 finished stockpiles, 1 for small gravel, 1 for large gravel, and 2 for sand, all of which are stockpiled over a reclaim tunnel. These products are then later delivered to barges or ships by a conveying system and a single quadrant ship loader that was purchased and commissioned by Polaris. Metso's scope of supply begins under the incoming plant feed surge pile, with the 3 electromechanical vibratory feeders depositing a blend of the raw material onto the first of 14 Metso's supplied belt conveyors. The first 2 conveyors feed the raw material into a splitter chute that can direct the flow onto one or both of the Nordberg 6x20 double-deck SH ripple flow incline screens. These screens, along with a Nordberg HP 400 cone crusher, 2 8x24 screens, and the plant operator's control room, are supported by the Metso-provided steel fabricated structures. Any material larger than 1 inch is directed to the Nordberg HP 400 cone crusher. There, it is crushed and returned to the 6x20 double-deck screens in a closed circuit. The material smaller than 1 inch is then conveyed to the 2 Nordberg 8x24 double-deck IS wash screens, where it is introduced to intense spray water to clean the product and promote the separation of the fine particles from the gravel. The 1 inch by 1/2 inch material carried on the top deck is Orca's large gravel product. The 1/2 by 3/16 of an inch material carried onto the bottom deck is the small gravel product.
This is our coarse gravel, 1 inch
It's actually
gravel,
quite clean.
the finest aggregate available right now anywhere on the West Coast.
So this would be a good example of the tumbling to smooth out the edges.
Yes, and here you can see actually some of the crush particles that are coming out after the material's been through our crusher. But as you can see, the majority of this material is actually naturally rounded.
The -3/16 sand along with the water form a slurry as they pass through the 8x24 screens and are flumed into the Metso-designed 5,000-gallon sump tanks. The slurry is then pumped at a rate of up to 2,250 gallons per minute by the 2 Metso HM 250 horizontal slurry pumps and is fed into the bank of dewatering screens and cyclones. This system separates the -200 mesh waste material and excess water from the slurry to provide a high-quality sand product with a 12 to 15% moisture content that is conveyed and divided into 2 sand product piles. The dirty water is directed down a flume to the 60-foot diameter thickener tank for further processing. Once inside the thickener, the clear overflow water is directed back to Orca's water storage to be recycled in the process. The settled ultrafines are pumped to the Orca-supplied belt filter presses for further water extraction. These extra steps help maximize the volume of water recycled to sustain the process. The electrical power for the Metso-provided portion of the plant is distributed from the motor control center contained within a 40-foot shipping container. This climate-controlled container was furnished with lighting, air conditioning, the convenience of additional electrical outlets, and the security of keyed entry. Metso also configured a complete automation package for the plant, allowing for sequenced startup and shutdowns, as well as remote monitoring of the process, all from the climate-controlled operator's control room located on top of a fabricated steel structure offering a strategic vantage point of the operations. Through the course of the project, Metso developed a relationship with Polaris that allowed them to work together to overcome unforeseen challenges associated with a completely new site and achieve a successful completion. Herb Wilson, Polaris's Senior Vice President and Chief Operating Officer, said, "Together we have built, within budget and in only 10 months, one of the largest and most modern sand and gravel plants in Canada, and the plant commissioning phase has now been substantially completed. This achievement is a credit to our suppliers, contractors, and the team at Orca Quarry." Metso's Systems Group continues to work with Polaris on other projects as well as developing other customer relationships through a fair, honest, and focused approach to providing them with a comprehensive solution.